Welcome back, guys. Where I left you last week was with this rear end in a mess. Off camera, I've gone ahead and rectified the wiring problem. So we've now got tail light, number plate lights, rear indicators. The wiring's tidied up to an extent, probably about as good as it's ever going to get. I am missing, I've got a rear brake light, but I'm missing a front brake light. It appears to be a dodgy connection. So I'm Dino, this is Patch's Repair Shop. Let's go and whip the tank off, shall we? So I'm going to start by whipping the tank off. It's a 4mm Allen key at the front. And the reason I'm whipping the tank off is because there's a loom running underneath it. I can see a couple of nasty bits, and the front brake light switch connection is there as well. So we've got 4mm Allen key at the front, two 10mm at the back. And we're getting the bike done in this video, guys. We're getting it completed. It's going to be finished today and ready to go for its MOT. So stick around to the end to see the finished product. So we've got one plug on the bottom and one fuel hose. So that's the fuel tank off. That's nice and easy. This is the loom that we want to get to. I can see that something nasty's happened in there. So they've just cut those wires off for whatever reason. This is the plug for my front brake light switch. And you guys are not going to be able to see it. Try zooming in a little bit. Maybe slightly better. So it's just really corroded, and I'm hoping that that's all my problem is. So let's clean it up, shall we? Nothing. Right, so got the multimeter set up just on a continuity test, and I've got the switch out, which I don't know if you guys can see. Let me move around a little bit, and I've pulled the switch out, pulled the boot back, and it is green. It's just completely oxidized inside. The sun's too bright and you lot can't see that, can you? Let me try and adjust this a bit better. So here's the switch, and it is completely oxidized and green inside now. You see, that's working now. So that would be me pulling the front brake lever. When I let go of the front brake lever, the noise stops. Let it out again, nothing. So it's just gone corroded inside. So let's have a little go and see if I can clean it up. Right, so I managed to get it apart, and there's our problem. You see where it's all green and oxidized. So we've got the little sort of brass plunger in the middle. So we've got that on the bench already, and I've already cleaned that up. So I'm just going to hit this with a bit of Scotch Brite and see if it will clean up. So we're all cleaned back up, guys, back together, and it's working a treat now. And it's probably a real good opportunity just to quickly explain very, very simply what is going on here. So this little outer housing pushes into the front brake lever perch, and when the little bronze bit that you can see here is poking out. That means I've pulled the brake lever in, i.e. I'm braking, and when I let go, the lever pushes the end on the end of this brass plunger. From an electronics point of view, or electrically, can't get my words out. How do I explain that? So this is how the wiring works. That's what we'll say. If I put my finger over the end of the plunger, i.e. I'm not touching the front brake lever, switch my multimeter to ohms resistance, but we'll do a simple continuity test with a beep. As soon as I pull the front brake lever and let go again. So when I'm braking, I complete the circuit, which then operates the rear brake light, and when I let go of the lever, the beeping stops again, the brake light goes out, the circuit is broken. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Let's put it back together, shall we? Tank's priming, so let's get the bolts back in. What have we done with them? It's an absolutely stunning day for the beginning of March. But also, how is it already March? Right, one tank back on. I think we're in a position now to actually put some panels back on this bike and hide all of this somewhere. Right, so it's time to start getting some plastics back on, guys. This centre bit is an original bit, it's all I had, and then these two outer bits are new old stock from Yamaha, and they just screw in here. Luckily the screws are in there with a bit of broken plastic, so we got this, and this fits over the fuel tank, and then it's got the radiator guard this side, and this covers the battery on that side. So you got to take the fuel cap off to do it, and then it quite simply pops over the top like that. And then I should have some new hardware for all of this because I've ordered that, but I did want to try and hide some of this heated grip wiring loom under there if I can. But also we got these side trims. These have got broken elements of the old one of these on, so they need unscrewing from the inside, and then before this goes on we'll have to screw these from the back on the side from the inside, if that makes sense. So let's whip that off and let's get them screwed into place first, shall we? Right, so here we are. We've got the side bits bolted in. These are the new bits. This bit we had, this bit, they're a bit scratched up, but we've got them, and we've got a load of new hardware that I've dug out. So let's get that bolted on. So next piece, guys, is the new rear mudguard, which goes on here. I've got some new clips for here. Get rid of that. Wonder what's meant to go on here. Is there another panel? Because I haven't got anything. Let me guys know in the comments if you know. So onto there. You have to have a look at some Google pictures, I think. Right, next job is to pop the seat back on. Just hunting around the garage now, seeing what I've got kicking around that will finish a few of these bits off. Some bar ends on that side. One that side. There's overspray on this engine. It's been bugging me. I want to see if I can get rid of it. Somebody's obviously tried to paint something, probably the exhaust. Another little job, guys, is this exhaust that somebody's put on. Really hoping that's gonna come undone. Didn't feel like it. It's changed my socket. Two things here that have been bugging me. There's a little aluminium spacer there. I'm sure that is in the wrong place, because A, it's not holding the exhaust tight, and B, the exhaust needs to be further out this way. So I think this spacer should be behind it, and that should pull the whole exhaust out to a better position. But also, this little rubber sleeve is knackered. I haven't got a new one, but I was just going to move it round so it was in the bit that you can see is in a better position, if that makes sense. Actually, before I put that on, I'm going to clean a few of these bits up. There's a technical term for this rubber. It's knackered. Right, it's slightly better. That's how it should be. It's holding it tight now anyway. Right guys, so after a little spin around the block, just to check clutch adjustment, come back, I've checked the chain adjustment, recheck the oil level, coolant level, we're all good. I think that's pretty much a wrap for this series, to be honest with you. I've got to order a couple of side panels up, probably won't do a video on putting those on. I need to change front side light bulb, that's out, and I've got to change the clutch lever quickly again because the end got knocked off it, unfortunately. Apart from that, yeah, she's far from perfect, but she's ready to go for an MOT. So mechanically sound, bit loud, don't know how the exhaust is going to get on. Might be a video with me putting another exhaust on it. But apart from that, she's done. She definitely looks a million times better. So if you've enjoyed this series, guys, click one of the videos at the end. We've done a Triumph, we've got the Ducati, we've got the Harley video. So yeah, smash that subscribe button, drop us a comment, hit like. I'll see you next week. We'll be back on the Harley Davidson. I'm Dino, and that's Patch's Repair Shop. See you later, guys.